Oh, I watched another movie that's really bad on Netflix. It's called The Hypnotist. It's not a bad movie. Okay, maybe that's the wrong way to put it. It's not a bad movie. It just was really easy to make fun of. So the concept of the movie is we have our main character, who's this woman. I'll just call her Amanda. I forgot her name. And she's like traumatized by her ex and their situation. And she's like, I don't know what to do. You know, like I have nightmares. It's hard to go to sleep. I'm not feeling well. And then her friend is like, hey, have you tried therapy? She goes to a therapist, and the therapist is like, hey, have you tried hypnotherapy? And she's like, hypnosis? I don't know about that one. And the guy's like, oh, it works wonders. Trust me. And then he essentially hypnotizes her. And of course, you can see where things go wrong. Like, the guy will hypnotize her to do, like, really weird things, hypnotizes her to fall in love with him. And there's one point where the hypnotist was like, hey, you should call your ex-husband over and, you know, give him some dinner since you're traumatized by him. Maybe it's the step in the right direction. And she's like, well, you know, that's not a bad idea. So she starts cooking dinner for her ex-husband because she does want to get back with him, or at least, you know, break the ice with them. And then the hypnotist calls her over the phone, and the hypnotist is like, light the flame, Amanda. And then she like loses consciousness and is like 100% hypnotized. And what she does is she like poisons her ex-husband. And then when she snaps out of it, she finds him on the floor, and then he goes to the hospital. And she's like, wait, what happened? And everybody's like gaslighting her, like, oh, you know, we all wanted to kill our ex-husbands before. Ha ha ha. You know, it must have been a silly, goofy mistake. And then she's like, no, I think the hypnotist has something to do with it. And then it turns into a whole showdown where she tries to find evidence that the hypnotist did it, but the hypnotist is essentially God. Like, I don't know any other way to put it. It's like Code Geass. Like, that is how strong his hypnotism is, where Lelouch will look at you and give you a command, and you just have to follow it no matter what. That's essentially how the hypnotist is in this movie, because there's a whole showdown where she's fighting the hypnotist with a detective, because the detective also realizes that the guy's kind of bad. And it should be a 2v1 scenario, but the hypnotist is so powerful that whenever Amanda tries to fight him, he just looks at her and he's like, Amanda, go to sleep. And then she's like holding a gun, and then she's like, and then she just passes out and takes a nap. And there's another situation where she tries to fight him, and he's like, Amanda, you can't move right now. And then she's like paralyzed. It's so goofy. It's like actually fighting a DC or Marvel villain. That is how overpowered this man is. And it goes beyond just controlling people's bodily movements, because he can even make people commit suicide by telling them that the world is ending. Like, if you've been hypnotized by him one time, he can essentially control you at will. He has a couple of people he's hypnotized before, and whenever they get in his way, he just calls them on the phone and says, Jessica, the world is ending. And then you just die. Like, you have like a panic attack and just die. That's essentially what happens. And the way you die is different every time too. Because, like, I guess, like, one girl in a car imagined a spider on her chest that couldn't move, and she couldn't move, and then she just gets in a car crash and dies. There's another girl where he says it to her in an elevator, and then she imagines that the elevator just explodes. Yeah, the guy's essentially God at this point. It's pretty crazy. Oh, yeah, he also disguises himself as well, because Amanda thinks that she beat him, and she starts hugging the detective. And then she realizes that the detective is actually just the hypnotist that hypnotized her into thinking that he was a different guy. It's so wild. It's not, like I said, it's not a bad movie because it was entertaining to watch, but it just wasn't a movie that made a lot of sense. And then we find out the reason why he's like evil in the first place, and that's because his wife died a long time ago. And essentially, he's been looking to hypnotize a girl that looks just like his wife, to get like a wife 2.0 essentially. And it's really funny because our main character Amanda breaks into his house, and then she looks at the family photos and she sees him, and it's literally him in her poster photo, and she's like, what? I never took this picture. And then the guy walks in, he's like, oh, uncanny, huh? You look just like my wife. And it's not even like they kind of look alike. It's literally her. It's like her twin or something. Her in a different life. It's so wild. But yeah, that's my movie rant of the day. Thanks for listening. Have you seen Beau is Afraid? No, I'm not interested in Beau is Afraid. It doesn't look like a movie that I would like. This doesn't strike me as a movie that I would enjoy. This film is weird. Yeah, and I don't like weird. Another one that... Oh, God. Now I'm just ranting about movies. Have you guys seen Everything Everywhere All at Once? This got so many awards. And I was like, wow, I need to watch this. I was so excited to watch this. I, like, bought it on Vudu and everything. And I did not like the movie. I hated this movie so much. I did not have a good time with this. Oh, man. Now I'm just ranting about movies that are... probably decent, but I don't even know where to start with this. Like, there's a million different universes in one I don't want to spoil it. I guess it doesn't matter. It's been out for a year. 2 years. It's been out for 2 years. Essentially, her daughter in one of the main universes out there is like this dimension hopping villain, and she has to stop her, and to beat her and to get powers, our main protagonist jumps into different timelines where she has certain skills. Like, you know, she's about to go to a fight, so she like breaks her toe and then she becomes a martial artist from a different timeline. It's weird. I really was not a fan of this. Like, I can see how people would like it, but it did not scratch any itch of mine. I was just waiting for the movie to be over, man. I almost fell asleep 2 times. I had to, like, you know, do jumping jacks. I had to walk around my living room just to stay awake. That shit was so boring. The villain is so fucking lame. The fights are not good either. I just can't do it. Yeah, I'm not like a fan of weird movies. And Everything Everywhere All at Once, I consider a weird movie. I would. Because, like, in the different dimensions, there's one where, like, everybody has sausage fingers, right? Like, there's another one where everybody's really nice. It's just not for me. And then to, like, get into the different universes and timelines, she has to, like, do something that she would normally never do, which is why I mentioned breaking her toe. Like, if she wants to hop into the martial arts dimension, the guy's like, oh, quick, you have to staple your forehead to get there. And it's like, all right, cool, whatever. Baghead. Is this like a horror movie?
I'm the solicitor of your father's estate. If you're watching this, then I'm already dead.
I've been debating if I want to make one of those one day. I feel like when I get older, since, you know, it's easy to make a video, no joke, I might actually do that where, like, I don't know, I have like an unlisted YouTube video or like a USB, and it's just a video like, hey, I'm dead. Here's what I wanted to say. I think that'd be kind of cool. I like, no joke, I'm like, when I hit my 40s or something, I might actually do that. Just like be prepared for the worst or something. From the producer of It.
Comes with a special tenant.
Oh, and Barbarian. Oh.
You're the one thing that stands
I didn't really care too much for It, but Barbarian was pretty good. Barbarian, I would consider a good movie. There we go. Barbarian and Malignant. Those are 2 good, quote, horror movies that I watched recently. I think those are pretty solid. Is that the Baghead?
Come out.
Mr. Baghead, is that you?
Iris, be here.
Man, as a landlord, I was just a victim.
What is she?
Oh, it's a she.
She has the power to bring back the
Sorry, I don't know. Normally, you don't see women with bags over their heads. I thought it was a guy. See, this is kind of stupid. I mean, it's a cool concept for a movie. You know, like, I think I'd watch this for sure. But if I inherited this hotel and, you know, my dead dad said that there was this creepy-ass lady in the basement, I'd be like, who cares, man? You know, I'm not going to visit her. I'll just lock the door. I'll go on with my life. And guess what? I'm going to be renting out rooms, you know? Like, I'm going to be taking advantage of the hotel aspect. Things like that can run themselves, right? I'm sure they already had employees. I'd just hire a couple of more people and be like, hey, you do everything for me. Call me when you're done. I'd be like the guy from Five Nights at Freddy's that hires the people to watch the facility. I would just have other people go to the building for me. I would never set foot in this Night Swim. I watched Charlie talk about this movie, and now I kind of want to watch it. It's a move. This right here is a movie about a haunted pool, and that sounds so f***ing stupid that I want to watch it. This sounds like a great premise. Oh my god. What did we watch a minute ago? Like a trailer with the woman with a bag over her head in the basement? Yeah, now we have a haunted pool. I feel like horror movies are just getting better as time goes on. Like, we're more willing to put dumb ideas to the test. And I love that. I absolutely love that. And here's a pet peeve of mine. This Billie Eilish song, I like this song a lot, you know, like, I might be a basic Betty, you know, whatever, who cares? But I actually like Billie Eilish's music for the most part. Not all of them are bangers, but some of them are pretty good. Some of them kind of hit. This one hit until every horror movie in existence uses this song in the trailer. There's not an original bone in their body. Like, why use this song in your horror movie trailer when like a million different horror shows also do this? Look, it's a haunted pool. It fills itself up, man. Yeah, I don't think I'd want a pool in my backyard. I don't know why. I just feel like it's too much upkeep. And while it's cool to go swimming, I just don't know how often I'd actually swim in it. Like, if you had to put a gaming PC in front of me and a pool in front of me, I'd probably just pick the gaming PC, to be honest. Maybe I'm a little bit lame, but, you know, season 14 of League of Legends just started. I gotta grind. I gotta hit Emerald. You know, I don't got time to play in no pool, man. Like, what am I gonna do? Like, swim and then go to the Olympics? Compete with Michael Phelps? Like, what's the goal here? Like, oh, cool, I can swim like 10% faster, but let me tell you, I can just grind League of Legends to get the next Victorious skin. There's also a movie on Hulu called Slaughterhouse. Like Slaughterhouse, but Slaughterhouse. Because the killer is a sloth. Let me see if I can look it up. Yeah, here it is, Slaughterhouse. I haven't watched it yet, but I might watch it tonight while I'm playing League or something. It's just about like how a sloth goes around and kills a whole sorority group. Oh, it's bad? Oh, that's what I want to hear. Trust me, nobody watches this trailer and thinks it's good. Nobody sees this trailer and says, wow, I'm in for a great time. I will admit though, I feel like if I died to a sloth in real life, I'd be laughed out of heaven or hell. Like, nobody would want to talk to me in the afterlife. Look, he drugs her. The sloth effing drugs her, man. It kind of reminds me of being, like, attacked by Chucky, right? Except Chucky's scarier because it's like a grown-ass man in the doll, and he knows how to like use knives, and he knows like jujitsu and shit like that. But for a sloth, it's really just an animal. Like, it's low to the ground. It's the same solution to how you'd fight Chucky. You just punt the f out of them, right? You see a sloth running up to you, it killed your best friend, you kick the shit out of it. Like, it's not that hard, in my opinion. You know, you can do it for Chucky, but maybe Chucky grabs your leg, maybe Chucky has a knife, and that's a little bit different. You know, Chucky comes with difficulty. The sloth shouldn't. This is a low diff fight, and if you lose to it, you are gonna be laughed out of the afterlife. All right, speaking of problems though, we got another horror movie. Actually, I think this one's already out, but I'm curious now. What the f was that? Whoa, what did we just see in the first 2 seconds? This was always a fear of mine, actually. I don't know how many of you guys have this fear, but whenever you're like on a swing set, like as a kid, I was always scared that the chains would wrap around my neck and kill me. So this is invoking like some, you know, 5-year-old Psy horror fanfic. As a kid, this is something you worry about, but as an adult, this just looks pretty goofy. Is she buried alive? Oh no, she was under a blanket. I was about to say, like, Mr. Beast was buried for 7 days and he was fine. This is like a... Wait, I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me see. This is like the emu silhouette, bro. It's just like a... Is that emu from One Piece? Is this another silhouette? Oh, God. Jesus, they're here. Get Out's a good movie. I kind of hate it when horror movies do this now, because I feel like it means nothing anymore. Like, I've seen so many movies say, oh, from the producers of Get Out, Us, which is just like Jordan Peele, you know, the guys who made It. And it's like, oh, God, it's essentially the horror movie equivalent of New York bestseller. You know what I mean? For a book. This doesn't mean anything anymore. It used to at first, but now it's just like, all right, whatever. No, cool. Whoa, you kidnapped the producer from Get Out? No way.
She doing all right?
Time she like appears out of thin air like that.
Is nobody bullying this girl?
There's something in here. You can't see it.
No, this isn't realistic. If a girl did this in school, like she'd 1000% get bullied. Like a girl walks around with a mason jar hood, just, you know, tapping it. Nah. She wouldn't last a day in school, bro. Come on. It's got to be a private school or something.
Can't see
I don't believe it. This ain't public. This ain't public.
it. It lives inside.
It lives inside. What? Inside the jar?
You hear it?
Oh, is this like the sex demon? This might be the weirdest way to like start that sentence, but no. What's that one movie? It Follows, where only one person at a time can actually see the demon. That's kind of what it looks like. This looks kind of good. I'd watch it. I will admit though, if I saw somebody hanging like this dying, I'd probably get a good chuckle out of it. Like, this doesn't hit me as a scary moment in a movie. Like, if I see some, he kind of looks like he's dancing. If I saw some like grown ass dude being hanged around by a swing set, I'd probably just like chuckle for a minute before I help him. I don't know. This would catch me out of fucking left field. I'll watch the movie. It looks pretty interesting, but I will admit I don't like it when horror movies have this much in the trailer. Like, I'd kind of rather go in not knowing anything. I know I'm the spoiler guy and I look up the ending to movies all the time, but I mean, I feel like these scenes, man, I don't want to like rewatch these scenes. You know what I mean? Like, it's not even a matter of like, oh, it's the pishosh. I know who's haunting the girl. It's in the jar. Ah. It's not even that. It's just like, I'm gonna have to watch the last 2 minutes again. I don't know. This trailer popped up on the side with 6 million views. And I just gotta say, I watched this movie and I think it was lame. Like I said, I watched the Hypnotist movie. I watched Choose or Die. I watched a lot of dog in the past couple of days. Actually, a dog in front of my car the other day, and the owner didn't pick it up. Like, I made eye contact with the owner. The guy just walked away. He walked away. So yeah, I've witnessed a lot of dog. And this right here, The Killing of a Sacred Deer, this movie is certified dog. I'm gonna spoil it. No, nobody's gonna care. The whole movie is about a kid that gets obsessed with a doctor, and then we realize that the doctor killed the kid's dad in surgery, and the kid wants to get revenge. But by getting revenge, essentially what he does is he starts poisoning and killing the doctor's family. And even though the doctor knows the kid is doing it, he just goes about his day. It is so painful to watch. This is horrible. I had to fast forward this part. Oh my god. Okay. This is a scene right here where this girl has a crush on... This is like the serial killer kid right here. He's like the bad guy of the movie. There is, no joke, a 3-minute scene where this girl sings this song. She sings a cover of this song, and it is bad. It feels like I got transported to middle school, and I'm just watching some girls like TikTok. I don't know, man. Oh, holy
Yeah, I'm really sorry about Bod.
Oh my god, she's still singing in the trailer. No way.
Where did you two go?
There's no way they liked her singing that much where they put in the trailer. Stop. Cut it. Cut it off. Okay, this is so stupid. I hate the premise even more now that I'm rewatching the trailer and just everything's running back to me. But yeah, like, this kid admits a 1,000 times that he's killing their family. Like, I'm killing your family. I'm the reason why your daughter and son can't move a muscle. I'm the one poisoning you. But they invite him over for dinner. They invite this kid over for dinner. This kid hangs out with them. You know, like, he's like, oh, I'm killing you guys. You know, like, I got a knife. Woohoo. And the dad and the mom literally just let him do it. They're like, oh, please don't kill my family. And that's it. Like they do nothing to this kid the entire movie until the very end, of course. Well, actually, not even in the very end, really. Just, oh man, this movie actually made me upset. I couldn't. If some kid, some middle schooler, is murdering my family, and he admits it to my face, and I see him do it. If I see this kid poison my family and tell me about it, the kid's dead. Like, there's gonna be like a hole in the ground outside. I might bury him under the dog shit. In this movie, they invite him over for spaghetti night. You know, hey, do you want takeout? I'll get some Pizza Hut. Like, they invite him over for every social gathering known to mankind. I don't understand it. Yeah, no, f this movie, man. It's so bad. Maybe if you want to get pissed off, you should watch it, but it's just goddamn. And the song is bad too. She's singing that fire, 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 and I'm gonna let it burn. Like, she sings that song like for a solid 3 minutes with no cuts. Just actually, like, nothing happening in the background either. She's just singing that song for 3 minutes. An actual waste of my life. Holy hell. But yeah, whenever I play League of Legends, I put these movies on the side because I have 2 monitors, and oh god, what a horrible time. I think I lost that game of League, to be honest. I might have like inted in that game. I think I was like 0-20. You know, like, and it wasn't my team this time. It was actually just me being so fucking pissed. I was tilted IRL by this dog movie.